In the year 2022, the biggest blunder of 2018 is back, and it's worse than you could possibly imagine. MoviePass 2.0.
What we realize is, in order to make MoviePass relevant for this new phase, we need to build it in Web 3.
Wait, what?
Studios wanted to be able to talk to you directly and market to you directly.
I don't want that.
And as I'm looking at it, it's playing back. But if I stopped and I'm not paying attention to it, it actually pauses the content.
What the fuck is going on? How could they possibly think that this is a good idea? Just like how Mr. Hanky rises from the toilet, MoviePass is back from the dead, and they both smell like shit. MoviePass was one of the only subscription services that wasn't too good to be true. It was $10 a month, you could see as many movies as you want, and they would rake in unlimited profits. Oh, that last one didn't happen. This company folded quicker than Matt Watson and Creator Clash, but on February 10th, a 40-minute event was live-streamed with the promise of a return to the good old days of the original MoviePass. And boy, was there something to say. With the original owner back in control of the company that he founded, this is his vision for what he wants MoviePass 2.0 to be. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of excited.
Web 3.
This do-over sounds like it's gonna be completely different than how MoviePass failed the first time. This guy on stage was the original owner of MoviePass, but he wasn't the one that sunk the ship. He was fired mere months after the company introduced that unlimited $10 a month movie plan, and that wasn't exactly his idea. So here's how MoviePass failed the first time. 2011, MoviePass is founded and was released to middling success. After 6 years of testing different subscription services and ways of building their subscriber base, in August of 2017, they finally gained some recognition. August 15th, 2017. This day is legendary in the history of MoviePass. The company Helos and Matheson bought a majority stake in MoviePass, so they were running the show then. This day is also when they announced that anyone can see as many movies as they want for only $10 a month. I remember seeing that headline at the top of r/movies on Reddit, and I signed up instantly. It sounded way too good to be true, but it was only $10 a month, so it was worth seeing if it actually worked. I even still have my MoviePass card, because that's just how big of a nerd I am. Also on the 15th, the largest theater chain in the US, AMC, said that they were talking with their lawyers to figure out a way to block MoviePass from being used at their cinemas. AMC was trying to figure out a way to sue MoviePass to force the company to stop offering their $10 a month plan for such a low price. So AMC is pissed at MoviePass, but that didn't stop the company from growing its subscription base by 5 times in only 2 days. October 2017. MoviePass quietly changed its terms of service to be able to cancel anyone's subscription if they use the service too much. Things are starting to sound pretty good. December 2017. Just 4 months after it launched, MoviePass had grown to over 1 million subscribers. This was a huge success for MoviePass, but AMC was still pissed. Because in January of 2018, AMC turned down a potential partnership with MoviePass, who was trying to strong-arm them into giving discounted tickets or special treatment. So how does MoviePass respond? By dropping 10 high-traffic AMC theaters from their app. Why would they think that that's a good response? Okay, so it's $10 a month, right? I can see any movie I want, anywhere I want. So I go to the theater to buy a ticket, and then the app doesn't work. So now I have to pay for the ticket out of my own pocket. If I found out that they stopped supporting my theater because of a tiny dick measuring contest with AMC, I'd be pissed at MoviePass. You're telling me where I can and can't go now, and I'm paying $10 a month not to be told where I can't go. Man, it's hard to see why this product failed so hard. April of 2018, MoviePass limits you to only being able to see the same movie once. If you want to see it again, then you have to pay for it yourself. They also quietly disclosed to their investors that the service was losing $20 million a month for several months now. But hey, at least they had 2 million subscribers. June of 2018, AMC announces Stubbalist, a $20 a month subscription that lets you see 3 movies a week at any AMC location. This was AMC's answer to MoviePass, and while I couldn't find a more recent number, at the end of 2019, the service had more than 900,000 members. So yeah, I would say that this was the correct answer to MoviePass. July of 2018, peak pricing, and $15 a month price increase. If you wanted to see a big blockbuster movie like Avengers Infinity War at 7 p.m., you might have been charged an extra fee, between $2 and $6. I always went during off-peak hours, so this really didn't affect me, but the price increase of going to $15 a month was my sign that maybe it was time to cancel my subscription. August of 2018, MoviePass switches from unlimited movies to 3 movies per month from a rotating list of films, and that's when I canceled. This is also when a lot of other people canceled, because we found out in April of 2019 that 90% of MoviePass subscribers canceled from August to April. The service peaked at about 3 million subscribers, so that means they lost 2,700,000 members in only 9 months. It was no longer too good to be true, so everyone was done with it. But MoviePass still tried everything in its power to stay afloat. March of 2019. They re-implemented their unlimited plan, but you had to pay $120 upfront for a full year to get that plan. I really hope that no one signed up for this, because the service didn't even last a full year after that. The July 4th weekend of 2019. MoviePass suspended its service for all of its subscribers this weekend. They probably didn't have enough money to keep it running, but they gave some excuse that the servers went down, or just some other corporate response like that. September 2019, MoviePass shuts down, and in January of 2020, MoviePass finally files for bankruptcy. It's an end of an era. Or so we thought. See, this is where I thought the story was going to end, but of course it doesn't. June of 2021, the FTC opens a complaint on MoviePass saying they blocked users from using the app and made it incredibly hard to resolve these issues. According to the FTC, MoviePass invalidated the top percentage of subscribers' passwords while claiming it to be potential fraud. They did this to the people that were using the app the most out of everyone, in an attempt to stop these people from going so frequently. But I thought it was unlimited movies. MoviePass also made a ticket verification program where you would have to take a physical picture of your ticket to verify it, and if you failed to submit just one time, you would have your subscription canceled. And finally, they operated a tripwire that just stopped you from seeing any movie, typically after you had already seen 3 or more movies a month. This issue has been resolved, and I don't know if that means that MoviePass admitted to all this, or this was just all alleged by the FTC, but if anyone from MoviePass is watching right now, then all of this is alleged and nothing is true, so please don't sue me. Needless to say, anyone that had signed up for MoviePass before probably had some nice things to say about it in the beginning, but now, not so much. With MoviePass 2.0, the original founder has taken control, and you can tell that he has a genuine love for this business, but I don't think there's going to be many people that are going to willingly give them another chance after everything that went down. That's why he held this press event, to give a recap of what he wants to do differently with the reimagining of this company.
Be here. Oh, Mike's dead. Great. Okay, here we go. So really excited to be here, and we have so much fun stuff to talk about today.
Probably not fun for us.
Now, we didn't move the needle on Spider-Man or Star Wars or anything like that. We weren't going to. But we found a huge impact in specialty, independent, and Oscar contenders. And some of these titles you actually can see here. And the traffic that we drove to independent and art house theaters was very significant.
Okay, that was actually the best part about MoviePass. Once I had seen everything that I wanted to that month, I got to pick for some lesser known titles that I probably would have never have seen. I saw some really good movies like Good Time and Logan Lucky, and I would have never have gone out of my way to see those without this service. I also saw some horrible movies like Mother and Killing of a Sacred Deer, which are 2 of the worst movies that I'd ever seen before. So the service had its ups and downs.
According to our data, we realized that if 30% of moviegoers became subscribers like we did almost in a single year, we could double the annual revenue and attendance of the overall movie industry.
That was just a blatant lie right there. I don't know where he's getting his data from, but MoviePass only peaked at 3 million subscribers before. There are 40 million moviegoers in the US, so 30% of that is 12 million people. He barely scratched a fourth of that with $10 a month. And the thing that also came with that $10 a month was hemorrhaging $20 million monthly just to keep your service running. This guy doesn't have hedge fund money like he did before, so the new service that he's offering, it's gonna have to be cost effective for MoviePass as a business. That means the plans aren't gonna be $10 a month, unless they limit where you can go, what movies you can see, or how many times a month you can go. I'm going to guess that the lowest plan is going to be $20 a month and you can see 3 movies a week because that's what AMC is doing. But wait, AMC is probably operating at a loss and making it back in concessions. So you were offering it before at $10 a month and you still couldn't even hit half of that 12 million goal? Then there's no way you're going to do that now.
So that's our moonshot. Our challenge to the industry is we'd like to see us get by 2030 to 30%. Will you guys help us do that?
No.
So our other big goal and a big idea was we wanted to be able to build the first end-to-end cinematic marketplace.
Dude, what are you doing?
Right now, there's something built for studios and there's something built for theaters, but there's nothing built for us that we actually are the center of. We want to be able to help software solve that problem and be able to bring us all together more efficiently. And we want to build that with Web3 technologies. And that's our vision of the future.
You just said a lot of big, vague words that mean absolutely nothing. What problem are you trying to solve? I'll tell you, one that doesn't exist. And this rhetoric falls apart as soon as you start to question it.
So we didn't want to take our own word for it. We actually ran a poll nationwide. We asked, how many people, if prices were basically the same, would want the ability to go to all theaters and have a subscription plan that benefited that? 75% of people said this is what they would prefer.
So let me try and figure this out. You just ran a poll to see if people would like a monthly subscription where they could pay a small monthly fee to go to any movie theater in the world they want. He literally just ran a poll to see if people want a movie pass.
We contacted studios, we contacted theaters, we contacted members, and we started having a conversation. And we took everything that they were saying and put it in a box and said, okay, what does everybody want? What did they not have from the first Moviepass? And what do they want from the new Moviepass?
Why would someone paying $10 a month for unlimited movies want more?
Studios wanted to be able to talk to you directly and market to you directly. They want to be able to have a better line of communication with you. That was one thing that we noticed.
Well, good luck with that, dude. I don't care what studios want to say to me because I sure as hell know that they don't want my input on how to make their movies better.
Can I show you guys some of the new things that are coming? We're going to introduce that we're going to have virtual currency in the system. Now, what that means is you're going to have credits, and those credits you're going to be able to use in in different ways. And that was one of the things that the theaters said, hey, I'm a little guy. I want to be able to get them to come to my theater. So I want to be able to offer them things and be able to do that. So the credit system adds a marketplace that they're going to be able to compete.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad thing.
Then you're going to be able to make your credits tradable. So part of the Web3 universe that we're talking about is maybe I haven't gone in a month or two.
This is NFT
and I might
shit.
want to transfer some of my credits to you. And last part is we're going to have tiered plans. So the tiered plans are going to be able to allow you to come in at a place that you feel more comfortable with. What we saw was $10 was a really good starting point for a lot of people who said, I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I don't know how much I'm going to go. And other people were at higher levels and saying, yeah, I want more. Well, the tiered system is going to let different people play at different levels. So these are actual screenshots, actually from my phone. What you'll notice is there's actually credits.
There we go.
So you're going to have peak and off-peak times that you're going to be able to use the credits differently. So now, when you have your total number of credits, you're going to be able to say, well, you know what? I want to use fewer credits on that. But you might say, it's Friday or Saturday night, I want to use more. And the theaters are going to be able to promote different things on their peak and off-peak times.
Okay. That really does make sense. So if you have a couple credits built up, then you can just kind of go at different times. So, I mean, it does kind of sound good for competition, but this is still going into some NFT shit. So I don't know how bad it's going to get. So
this is where things really start to get interesting. What we realize is in order to make MoviePass relevant for this new phase, we need to build it in Web3.
No, you don't.
Web3 gives you more power to your own data, gives you more control, it gives you more freedom, and it takes the middleman out versus people selling your data and giving away information for you to have access to things. We're going to empower that happens directly to you.
So I'm going to sell my information to me because it's going directly to me, and you're taking out the middleman, which was you? You just said absolutely nothing again with that last sentence. Dude, you're just trying to be a tech bro by jumping on the bandwagon of Web3 way after it's already declined. The reason he's building this software is to just do some stupid shit with cryptocurrency in the background somehow. Those credits that he talked about, they're just gonna be the next shitcoin that has no value and adds absolutely nothing to this app. If you want to track how many credits a person has, then you don't have to fucking build it in Web3. Even fucking Taco Bell has a point system, and they're not trying to turn it into NFTs. But if they did, the first one would be my diarrhea after I Baja blasted out of my asshole into the back of their toilet.
So I want to talk to you about something we've been working on for a while that we're very excited about, which is called PreShow. I'll speak for myself for a second. I love product placement in movies.
Fucking course you do.
I'm that person that I sometimes have a notepad and I'm writing down, is that Hugo Boss? And I'm on the computer trying to figure out what suit is he wearing.
You've got to be kidding me.
Believe it or not, Madison Avenue spends $11 billion a year in product placement. So if the box office is $11 billion a year and product placement is $11 billion a year, don't you think it makes more sense that they just spend that money with us instead of needing to try and get to us? Maybe they could just speak to us directly.
No.
The concept that we had was, why are we trying to have them go and spend third party to get to our attention? Maybe what we could do is let me watch that content and you could cover the cost of the ticket because you're spending advertising dollars someplace else.
I mean, okay, it doesn't sound that bad. They could pay for the cost of my ticket if I watch a couple ads. But dude, no one likes ads. Not even the guy on stage giving the sales pitch likes ads that much. All that PreShow is going to do is just cut out the middleman for them of having to sell our data, because we're just going to give that data directly to them now. Now, I will say that if I just have to watch 5 minutes of ads and I get a free ticket to the movies, then yeah, that sounds pretty good. But then again, this is going to be inside the MoviePass that you're already going to be paying a monthly subscription for. If there's a way to just watch the free ads and get a free movie ticket, then yeah, I'm going to probably go that route. But I don't think that's how it's going to work. He doesn't say how much the tiered plans are going to be in this conference, but if he doesn't want to suffer the same fate that his previous company did, then he's going to have to make that barrier to entry $20, because that's what AMC is doing right now, and he has to compete with them because they're going to be his #1 competition.
So inside of the new MoviePass, you're going to be able to go in and you're going to be able to see a movie that you are interested in seeing. But let's say I want to be able to get extra credits, earn extra credits for that film, or I maybe even want to be able to see it for free. And the advertisers have put a pre-show together, not unlike what you normally would see when you go into a movie theater, but this is customized for you.
Wait, so is it just the select movie? So you have to pick which movie you want and then you can start earning credits for it? Dude, if the credit system isn't universal and it's based per movie, holy shit. That's going to be bad.
So I'm going to come here, and as I'm looking at it, it's playing back. But if I stopped and I'm not paying attention to it, it actually pauses the content.
Oh my fucking god. Dude, I take back everything I said. You are going to track my face, and when I look away from the ad, it's going to pause? Dude, that is some straight Black Mirror shit.
Right now, 70% of advertising, video advertising, is unseen.
No shit, because people don't want to watch ads. YouTube was practically forced to go to those 5-second ads that you could skip because no one was paying attention to them when they were longer than that. People aren't going to watch ads for over 30 seconds. Hell, the statistics on this channel say that by this time in the video, only 25% of you are still watching. And if you're still watching, then comment that number down below so I know which one of you are the real ones.
So this is a way that the advertiser's getting the impact they're looking for, but you're also getting the impact yourself. So I'm going to keep watching this. It's a short spot.
Dude, no way. Dude, he's still watching the ad on stage. Oh my God. How much do you think this brand paid to be put on this stage right now? Dude, he literally had product placement in his freaking 40-minute presentation.
I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to thank you for coming out. And I appreciate your continued support. And thank you for being here today. Thank you.
What a nightmare, man. I can't believe that he got on stage and said with confidence that having ads track your eyes was a benefit to you. I had some excitement for this service before watching it, but there's no way in hell I would sign up for it now. MoviePass really should have just stayed dead because this facial tracking technology is genuinely terrifying when you think about all the other applications that it could be used for in the future. The second coming of MoviePass is just going to fade from everyone's knowledge as soon as it's launched because it has so much working against it. There's better competition with AMC, you're doing dumb crypto shit with your app, and I think even the crypto people are going to have a problem with your facial tracking technology. Good job pissing off every potential customer before you even launched your app. This presentation, it should be taught in business college of what not to do when launching your own business. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that I have to say about this. Okay, this video was supposed to launch on the day that MoviePass launched, which was the 5th, and just like its founder, I missed my deadline. But I'm glad that I did, because I found some information that just makes this even worse. So let's add some nightmare fuel to the fire and talk about the origins of PreShow. So apparently, and I shit you not, PreShow was initially tested over 4 years ago as a failed Kickstarter project. Well, I shouldn't say failed, because it was successfully funded by over 500% of its initial goal of $10,000. It's exactly the same nightmare that it's being described as today, but reading through this Kickstarter gave me way more information than I originally had. The ads that you could watch in order to earn a free movie ticket, it's not just 5 minutes and you're in. No, let's try 15 to 20 minutes of ads. That is not worth it anymore. I'll pay the $8 just to not sit through 20 minutes of ads. I already refuse to watch any streaming service that has ad-supported content, and if I was going to sign up for Hulu, there's no way I'm paying a monthly fee to have ads run during my programs. But thankfully, there's nothing to watch on Hulu, so I won't have to worry about that anytime soon. Now, who I truly feel bad for in this pre-show situation is the people that backed this Kickstarter. Over 1,500 people paid at least $15 for this service, and 566 of those paid $60 in order to watch ads in exchange for a free ticket. This launch was separated into 3 waves. The first was in July 2019, then September 2019, and the last being in November 2019. Judging by the last update being July 3rd, 2019, I don't think it went well, but let's see what the backers have to say. So here's the first comment on the Kickstarter. What happens if I was a pre-show beta tester? If you'd like the opportunity to join the MoviePass beta and be automatically placed on the waiting list, then you can. It's also noted previous MoviePass customers get free bonus credits after waitlist entry. Nothing so direct for us pre-show people. Are you kidding me? So the people that signed up for MoviePass previously, they get free credits, but for people that signed up for this pre-show Kickstarter, paid $60 to be called a beta tester? I can't believe this shit. Okay, let's read some other ones. Give an update, refund, refund. Yep, just as I expected, almost all refund comments. I was expecting that, because all the comments on here are backers that were able to get into the app or not even be able to get into the app, or people that watched ads and didn't get credits, or people that got credits but weren't able to buy any movie tickets out of it. So it just seems like the app was just all over the place. I get that they had a rough start by launching just months before the entire movie business shut down in 2020, but to take their money, call them beta testers, and then just relaunch the app into MoviePass 2.0, that's pretty fucked up if you ask me. I was also able to find a subreddit dedicated to PreShow, and this was a little bit more helpful than the Kickstarter comments. It looks like the app did get rolled out to everyone, and I was able to find out exactly how PreShow is going to work. You pick a specific movie you wanted to go see, and there was an ad package made specifically for that film. From what I can gather, the ad support was only for the major blockbusters, so if you didn't want to see Jumanji or Star Wars, you didn't have anything to choose from. Also, 2 people that commented on some posts said that they were able to get 2 movie tickets out of this app. One of them was a $60 backer and the other was a $15 backer. I was not able to find anyone that got more than 2 tickets out of PreShow because once the entire movie business shut down in 2020, this app just became pretty much worthless. I did find an update where they talked about trying to pivot into gaming related content by offering like V-Bucks or something, but I couldn't find any actual information on if this actually launched or if it was just them talking about a potential update that was coming. I truly feel bad for the people that actually invested into PreShow, but hopefully they don't make the same mistake twice and get into MoviePass 2.0. But with all this information on PreShow, I can almost guarantee that you're gonna have to pay monthly for MoviePass in order to just even access PreShow. But I don't understand why anyone would do that. Why would you pay $10 a month to watch 20 minutes of ads to get a free movie ticket? I was also able to find the pricing on this, and here's a picture of it. For $10 a month, you get to see 1 to 3 movies a month, $20 gets you 2 to 4, and $30 gets you 3 to 5. But in that fine print right at the bottom there, it says range of movies between peak and off-peak times of the week. Okay, so that means to me that peak pricing is here to stay. So if I was paying $10 a month, then I'm probably gonna be able to see 3 movies because I just don't like going after 4 p.m. where everyone else goes, and I usually go on the weekdays. So like weekdays at 1 p.m., I'm gonna probably be able to see 3 movies a month. But if you're the type of person that only goes to see the Marvel blockbusters on the weekends, say like Saturday at 9 p.m., then you're gonna get 1 movie a month for $10. And that's not worth it when you compare it to everything else that's come out since MoviePass died the first time. Like, let's take AMC's Stub A-List. You get 3 movies a week, including IMAX, for $20 a month. For Regal Unlimited, $21 a month for unlimited movies, and you get 10% off concessions. MoviePass just can't compete with that because the only people that this plan is going to be good for are people that live in rural areas or people that just don't have any large-scale cinemas close to them. And that's not a big group of potential customers. Like, let's take Chicago, New York. Everyone that's already a big moviegoer there, they're going to already have AMC or Regal Unlimited. MoviePass is just not going to come out on top. To wrap up this video that's just going on way too long, just don't sign up for MoviePass. If everything I've shown you hasn't convinced you not to do MoviePass, then just check to see if there's like a cinema close to you like AMC or Regal that offers a better deal. And that technology behind PreShow, that should be enough to scare you alone. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much everything I have to say on this topic. Good job messing up the last line. Thank you for making it to the end of this video, and I genuinely want to hear if I should make more of this style or should I just go back to the green screen and shit. So seriously, tell me down below in the comments. I love you all, and have a great rest of your day.